Hey everybody. Hey guys. Hey, yes, it's time for coffee talk. Hey
Oh, hold
everybody.
on.
My bad, forgot to mute. Hey guys, what's up? Happy Friday. Happy moon in Pisces. How's everybody doing? This is April with astrolada.com here with Coffee Talk, which is my weekly forecast from one Friday to the next. I'll tell you the astrological weather, what's going on astrologically, and then at the end I do a little celebrity chat, just showing some celebrity stuff from an astrological point of view. People who are in the public eye, they're real, they're humans, they have natal charts, they have souls. Astrology affects them too, so gonna be taking a look at them. um, hey, good morning. Oh, hi Oche, thank you so much. Thank you. Some of my ride or die people are here. Hey, AG09 is usually here, style and profile. Oh, hey, how are you? Okay, hi everybody. Okay, so yes, Ricky is saying the moon conjunct Neptune. You know what? The moon is in Pisces, and I'm wearing a shirt of one of my favorite Pisces moons, Michael Jackson. So thought I'd celebrate Pisces moon today. And I have my purple hair like always and purple makeup to celebrate the color that I associate with Pisces. So Pisces moon today. So I think the moon was exactly conjunct Neptune yesterday, which was Thursday, which was the 13th of July. And when it's exactly conjunct Neptune, oh my gosh, we could be so sleepy, so tired. Have you guys been feeling like that too? It was like really hard to stay awake yesterday when the moon was in Pisces and conjunct Neptune. So for the celebrity portion, guys, you know what? I was trying to go along with viewer requests and trying to see who's trending right now. And it's actually been such a busy, busy week for me that I, once again, didn't really have time to dig really deep into celebrity stuff. I just did my first webinar collaborating with Lada the other day. So if anybody's here that was in the webinar, thank you for joining us. I hope it was informative for you. And if anybody still wants to check out our webinar, it's going to be on Astrolada for a long time as a replay, so you can still check that out. And it's all about career. So if you're interested in how to see your career in your chart, it's there on our website. I'll leave it below too. So yes, that kept me so busy preparing for that. So only a little bit of celebrity stuff. Actually, somebody requested that I talk about Rihanna and her new man. But her new man, I couldn't find his birth date. I could not find his birth date. So if anybody happens to know it, let me know. But there's really no point in me just talking about it with no birth date because, hello, this is astrology coffee talk, okay? We have to know people's birthdays to see what's going on, what the situation's like, what the relationships are like and everything. Otherwise, I would just be looking at her chart and be like, yeah, I think this and I think that, and nah, not my style. So actually, I was looking a little bit into Kesha, the singer Kesha. She just came out with some new singles. She's been in the news because of some controversial stuff. So I thought I'd take a little bit of a look at her chart and see what's going on. And if anybody else has any other suggestions, maybe if there's time, I can check them out at the end of the segment too. So that's what I'll be talking about here. So as far as the weekly astrology, what is the weather like this week? Well, the moon is in Pisces today, guys, and I'm a Pisces moon, which a lot of you know already. So moon in Pisces is very dreamy. It's a very dreamy energy. It's not really down to earth. It's not grounded. It's not always logical. And so therefore, if I end up looking out into space a lot and going, oh, hopefully I don't do that too much. I tend to do that anyway as a lunar Piscean. But when the moon is in Pisces, I can kind of lose track of time and of thought and everything. So forgive me if I do that. I'm not a dummy. It's just, that's why it's important to look at transits, because there's some days where you're just not going to be as practical as you usually are. So anyhow, yes, Kesha is a Pisces and the moon's a Pisces. So let's take a look at her chart later on. But first, we're going to look at the astrological weather. So today, Mercury is trine Neptune. So here's some more extra Piscean, dreamy energy going on. So Mercury is our thoughts and how we talk, how we communicate, what we do with our hands. If we are on the phone, using our computer, our tablet, that's all Mercury stuff, right? So Mercury is making a positive aspect to Neptune, and Neptune rules dreaminess and spirituality and music and dance, and being very visually creative is Neptune. And it's also escapism, drifting off into another world, another zone, another realm, another dimension, off to another planet, being a space cadet, if you will. So Mercury trine Neptune, even though it's a positive aspect, it can kind of bring that out of us right now. Just a little less logical and practical, and daydreaming a lot, and probably tired and wanting to sleep. This transit is exact today, but of course, I always explain, so forgive me if this is repeat knowledge and information for some of you guys, but with the transits, when I give the dates, it just means that's the date that the exact conjunction or trine or whatever aspect is happening, or ingress into that sign. But as far as the aspects, though, they build up. You know, it's energy. It builds up over time, and then it's exact, and bam, it's so strong, and then it kind of fades out. So yesterday, Moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune, Mercury trine Neptune. How many of you guys were like all dreamy, having a loss of time, you know, loss of keeping track of time, loss of words, tired? Some people may have tuned more into their artistic, creative endeavors, if they have any. And you know what? I've been looking lately at like cards that I have. I have different sets of cards, gorgeous, beautiful, feminine cards, because I'm very Venusian myself, and I love imagery and all that stuff. So this is a card that I found appropriate. These are not intuitive pulls though, guys. These are just like, I actually looked through the cards and just found ones that say, this kind of matches up with the energy. So this one is the arts. Express yourself through creative activities. So with Mercury trine Neptune, yes, if you are a creative person in a creative field, in a creative job, creative hobby that you do, this energy is like prime time for you to really be at your best, you know? So yeah, this is a gorgeous card. She's playing a guitar. She's got her foot on a lotus right there, a beautiful, gorgeous lotus. It's just so peaceful, right? And Neptune's energy rules waters, like oceans and stuff. So it is a good time to be very peaceful near water with this transit. Not doing, like, I know I'm repeating myself, practical, logical stuff, not the best for it. But this type of stuff, yes, let's do it. So yes, so Mercury trine Neptune is wonderful for artists, wonderful for creatives. And if you can have a day off today to just chill and do nothing but float, oh my gosh, the energy is perfect for that. With the moon's energy combined with the Mercury Neptune trine. This is another card from actually a mermaid deck that I have, Oracle of the Mermaids. This is adrift, okay? Letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. Look at this mermaid. She's just like floating there, like not caring about the practical world at all, okay? She just is floating. So yeah, this is a good day for that, with the double Neptune and Pisces influence going on today. So if you are working in an office or something, you know, a practical job, you know, just really, it'll be hard to catch a grip of the practical world. Just be mindful of that. So anyhow, the next transit I'm going to talk about is Venus trine Jupiter. Ooh, and this happens on the 18th. So a few days from now, on July 18th, Venus trine Jupiter. So Venus is what we enjoy, how we enjoy ourselves in life. And it's love, it's money, it's the material, the practical, it's anything Venus ruled. Like, I always have Venusian stuff around me. So for example, This is a new favorite lip gloss of mine for those who like makeup too. Makeup, anything beautiful, colorful, even things that you enjoy eating and drinking, people that you enjoy spending time with. Venus, 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 right? Your relationships, okay? So when she makes a positive trine aspect to Jupiter, Jupiter rules abundance and feeling happy-go-lucky and very, very optimistic and very, you know, just believing in a brighter day, having lots of faith, all that good stuff. Jupiter rules travel too, travel and learning and reading. I mean, like real reading, like books, not just like skimming through an article real quick and then, you know, on to the next thing. No, Jupiter is reading some books, okay? So with Venus making a positive aspect to Jupiter, this is another one of those days where it could be good if you live a lifestyle to where you're allowed to take some time off on that day, like vacation or something. Really good time for that, because once again, Jupiter rules travel and Venus is enjoyment, how we enjoy ourselves. So good day for travel. Venus trine Jupiter on the 18th. Also a good day to just kind of chill and get into some reading of stuff. Also, it's a good time to spend time doing something that is totally different, because this is Venus in Gemini, okay? Trying Jupiter in Libra. So yeah, really good day to just try new things. Gemini energy is about that anyway. And then Jupiter is all about exploration of what is beyond your little circle, you know, just your little bubble of world that you live in. So yes, it's on July 18th for that, for the people who are asking. Yes, somebody is saying they want to have an adventure. Really good day for adventure. Venus trine Jupiter. And yeah, so it's a really good day for just doing something, try something new and just go for it, you know, because Jupiter's energy is like, let's just jump and fly. There's no consequences. So I would be really careful with that as far as this aspect, especially when it comes to dating and meeting people right now. Venus trine Jupiter can really have you just believing like in love at first sight, for example, just, oh, you know, this is the greatest thing ever. This is the greatest person ever. But then once the transit fades off, you know, in about a week or so, who are they really? You know what I mean? Like, who are they really? Are they really that person that you thought they were when you met them? So that's something to consider with the Venus trine Jupiter. Be careful of overdoing it. Overdoing it with anything Venus ruled when it's trine Jupiter. Yeah, it's lovely energy, but some people may overindulge in food, drinks, like not just water, okay? I mean like drink, okay? Overdoing it with that. Overeating, overspending with Venus trine Jupiter. Oh my gosh, especially with it being in Gemini. Gemini, just as a sign, as an energy, okay, isolated by itself, Gemini energy is not really the best with handling money because it's just very quick moving, not very detailed. And with the Venus trine Jupiter, with Gemini in the mix, I could see a lot of people just kind of maybe gambling a little bit more and having more faith, which actually some people may succeed in doing that. But it depends on your own chart, okay? It depends on a lot more factors than that. But yeah, maybe a little too excessive with stuff like that, or spending too much money on makeup because Jupiter is in Libra. So anything beauty and vanity, it's double that energy. So, you know, but if you have the means to do that, of course, enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's a really pleasurable transit for a lot of Venus ruled things. Just don't overdo it, guys. So also on the 18th, we have Mars square Uranus. So this is not so fun. We have Mars square Uranus. It's making a trine to Chiron, which is a positive aspect to Chiron. Mars square Uranus, though, is like, when I think of a square, I think of a frustrating, tense energy, you know? It's like, like they're really, those two planets and energies are really going at it with that. So Mars is our action and our drive. It's our energy levels. It's what we do physically. And it can be anger and aggression too. And imposing your will upon people, imposing your power upon people. And when it's making a square to Uranus, Uranus's energy is very erratic and rebellious, but it could be rebellious in a naughty way. I mean, like defiant. Okay. So Mars making a tense aspect to Uranus, it can cause like maybe some defiance in some people. So maybe children may be acting a little unruly around that time, you know, so not just children, but anybody could be a little unruly around that transit. And also some people may have some situations come up to where they are frustrated and they feel oppressed, like they can't express their true selves, their true personality, and they're going to want to break through because Uranus rules breakthroughs, and Mars is just, you know, really going after things. It's got the symbol has an arrow at the end, you know, so it's kind of pointy energy, and it's just wanting to be forceful. So it could be good for some people who are in a situation like that, where they do have to have some kind of breakthrough and say, you know what, I'm not going to take this anymore. This isn't true to me, or you're not allowing me to be myself. So I just need to break free. Okay. Leave me be. So, also on the 21st, we have a few things going on. We have a few transits going on. There's one of them that I will go through every sign because it's a planetary ingress into a new sign. Okay. So, but the first ones I'm going to talk about are just general aspects. On the 21st, we have Mercury conjunct the North Node in Leo. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Let me get a little more comfortable. Okay. Mercury in Leo conjunct the North Node in Leo. So Mercury, once again, our thoughts, our communication, how we're speaking, any way that we communicate, even electronically, okay, which everybody does more of nowadays than just talking in person. I'm noticing that. So Mercury conjunct the North Node. The North Node is like, you know, the symbol for the North Node, it's shaped like a horseshoe or like a magnet. Like I imagine its energy to be very magnetic. Like it pulls, like it's north, which is up, right? So it's pulling you up towards something. So with it being in Leo, I mean, Leo is already an energy of, you know, just think of the sun, and especially where it is in midday, where I am in the world, it's midday and the sun is actually right there at its highest point. So just think of that when it comes to Leo energy. It's like, hey, I'm here, you know. So Mercury being in Leo is already shining upon us, making us all in some sort of way, of course, depending upon your chart and everything. But in some kind of way, as a collective, we're all feeling the warmth of Mercury and Leo and wanting to express ourselves in a Mercury and Leo kind of way. And, you know, that could be in a way that's very empowered and very proud of the self, the accomplishments, the hair, you know, the appearance and all of that Leo stuff that's important to Leo. Feeling very, very good about the self, confident, and all of that good Leo stuff. So when we have the North Node there, it's like we're all being magnetically pulled in the direction of Leo, of shining, not being afraid to shine, not being afraid of the spotlight, not being afraid of others seeing us, and not being afraid of compliments. You know, a lot of us are very self-critical. I'm very guilty of that, super guilty of that. And when people give us compliments, some of us can kind of shy and be like, oh no, I'm not worthy of that. I'm not worthy, you know, of people making a big deal about me. But the North Node in Leo is saying, don't be afraid of that sometimes, you know, just don't be, yeah, shining, Sarah, thank you. Don't be afraid of shining. Don't be afraid to shine out there. And if you're good at something, don't be afraid to show it and express it. If you are, you know, if you like to wear makeup, okay, like I got a crap ton of makeup on today just because I just felt like it. I was feeling very Leo-like and like, why not put all this glitter and crap on, right? Why not? Who cares what anybody's going to say? I feel good wearing this. Don't be afraid of that, you know? So that's the North Node in Leo. For all of us to find that in some kind of way, it depends on where it is in your chart, of course, but just generally speaking, it's Leo energy. We're being, you know, called to incorporate a little more of into our worlds, into our personality, into our life during this time. So with Mercury, thoughts, communication, and being in a combination, in a conjunction exactly with the North Node in Leo, it's a really good time if you want to try to express yourself in some kind of way to gain attention. Of course, this has negative Side effects, like every transit, I'll give you both sides. This could be people being way overboard with the ego, way overboard with being on their soapbox, so to speak, and talking about themselves and bragging and all that, you know, like bragging and what's the word? There's a term that people will use sometimes about celebrities when they kind of like associate themselves with someone. I don't know. It goes along the lines of bragging. The moon's in Pisces. My logical brain is not all there. But you know when celebrities be like, yeah, so I was hanging out with Denzel Washington the other day. Just like nothing, nonchalant. I mean, I was just, you know, chilling with Rihanna and we were texting each other, you know. Like when celebrities mention, people feel like they have to mention somebody that like they attach themselves to them to like make themselves look grand and big, like bigger than they really are, more important than they really are. So some people could be doing that around the Mercury conjunct. Name dropping. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah is my homie today. Thank you so much, Sarah. Yes, Gabby, I mean name dropping. Thank you. Thank you. When celebrities are name dropping, and it doesn't even have to be celebrities. It could be even if you work like in a regular job and there's like a big wig and someone feels in the office like, oh yeah, so I was emailing Steve the other day, you know, the CEO of the company. Like nothing, you know. So people may be name dropping and bragging and stuff a little too extra. Leo is so extra, right? Extra, like that's a word that people like to use a lot. Or doing the most, that's all Leo all day long. So when Mercury is conjunct the North Node, expect more of that, guys. And once again, the transits, they build up to this, you know, highest point of the energy being so strong, which the energy being so strong is the date that I give, but probably it's beginning now for some people. And people will be more interested in like, the celebrities and people that are big name and, you know, have a big title and stuff. People be like, oh, more upset, even more obsessed than usual with that, with Mercury conjunct the North Node. But what it is good for, though, what it's good for Mercury and the North Node together is if you are someone who you really need that energy in your life because you lack in it. You really need that boost of confidence, then that's transit is really good for you. It's really beneficial. That's a really good time. This is why we like to give forecasts, to give you guys timing when the energy is right for certain things. So if you really have to speak out about something, Mercury conjunct the North Node on the 21st of July is your time, boo-boo. Get it. A couple of cards that I associated with this is number one, this one, it has a goddess named Freya. I think you can pronounce it Freya. Ooh, she is beautiful and fierce. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risk and be daring. Wait, hold up. Freya was actually for another transit. Ooh, my bad. Sorry. No, this is the other one. This one, I think she's pronounced Pele. Divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your true heart's desire? You know, Leo rules the heart. Okay, Leo rules the heart. So that's the part of the body it rules. And having courage, like the lion. Okay, a lion with courage. And it's all about, hey, this is me. This is who I am. All the fire signs are about that, especially Aries, number 1, and number 2 is Leo. So passion, oh my gosh, passion from the heart is Leo. What are you really passionate about? Don't be afraid to speak about it. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Put yourself on a pedestal and a platform if you really need that energy in your life, to really speak about something, you know, that's really true to you that you're passionate about. And Leo energy is romantic too. So, you know, if it's time for you to let somebody know how you feel about them romantically, this could be a good transit for that. Also, the other one is the High Priestess, because, and Dana, or is it Dana or, yeah. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Okay, because Mercury is teaching as well, because it is communicating, it's showing people how to do little things. And Mercury is your thoughts, you know, and being in Leo, this is being very, very bold, very, very fearless, and not being afraid to speak about the things that you're knowledgeable about. Of course, keep it down, you know, to a tolerable level to where people are not turned off by, what's the word I'm looking for? Being too egotistical, being too cocky about things, and too know-it-all, which it can bring that. Some of you Leos, when this transit goes on, please don't, don't talk in a condescending manner to people, because some Leos or Mercury Leo people can do that sometimes. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, what? You didn't know that already? I knew that. What's wrong with you? So when Mercury's conjunct the North Node of Leo, please don't get to that level to where you're, you know, making people feel bad about themselves. But if you really need this energy to speak up, you know, feel bold, feel confident in your knowledge that you have, and don't be afraid to. And you can help other people, because Leo's energy is all about shining your light upon others, shining warmth upon others, not blinding them and burning them to where you're like, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, screw all you guys, I'm going home. Bing, I'm burning you because I am better and I want to be the only one up here shining. No, Leo's energy is not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be about warmth, gentle warmth, generous warmth, and inspiration to other people. So just keep that in mind with that Mercury transit. So also on the 21st, we have the sun in a square to Uranus. So, you know, this energy can be, once again, squares are kind of tense, kind of a tense energy. It's kind of frustrating energy. It's like, it can make people feel antsy, especially when it's Uranus involved. Make people feel antsy and like, oh my gosh, I just got to get out of here. I have the heebie-jeebies about something. And the sun it rules Leo, and it's in a square to Uranus. So some people can have issues maybe with power struggles with other people that are in charge. And then that Mercury transit is going to make them say, you know what, hold on, I need to speak about something real quick. Okay, let me tell you something, Mr. or Ms. Leader here. You're not the only one who's knowledgeable, okay? So yeah, if some people need to stand up for themselves, that could be a transit to where they're feeling rebellious enough to do that. Like, this is me, this is who I am, love me or leave me be, that type of transit, Sun square Uranus. And, you know, because the sun rules leaders, people in a leadership position, and Uranus is all about the opposite of that, which is we are all, as a collective, the same. We are all to be treated the same. No one gets special treatment. Nobody gets treated like royalty, okay? We all have the same rights as beings here on Earth, regardless of how we define ourselves. We are all living beings, and we should be treated that way. The sun's energy is the opposite. It's like, I am king, I am queen, I am here, and I am better than all of you peasants who are beneath me. So there's a square, there's a challenge between those two energies. So it could be that, you know, there could be some power struggles with that, some people really being rebellious. So, you know, some people may have to pull some really bold, rebellious moves around the 21st of July. And the energy in the air is really calling a lot of people to do that. Now, the other transit that's happening on the same day that's really intensifying that energy is Mars moving into Leo. So hold on, let me take a sippy sip before I get into Mars and Leo and get into every sign and how it affects every sign. It's exciting, I know, exciting week, right? So on the 21st of July, Mars moves into Leo. And Mars, once again, our action, our drive, our energy levels, what we do to make moves, make things happen. It's what we do physically. So, and it can be, once again, on the negative side, being really aggressive, really impatient and impulsive and, you know, too, like, action-oriented, but too much, you know. So, Mars and Leo, more confidence. Yes, you got it right in the chat, Style and Profiling. Yes, more confidence. Once again, the downside to that is some people may take it too far and really be too extra, too out there, doing too much with all this Leo stuff and Sun stuff going on. But some people really do need it. They need to feel empowered. And Mars in Leo is going to help boost us into that. And yes, hallelujah. Personally, I'm glad that Mars is moving out of Cancer. Oh my gosh. Mars feels much more at home in Leo. It's a fellow fire sign energy, and it's more in its home element, you know? So it can do its Mars thing a lot easier. When Mars is in Cancer, Mars in Cancer is more about, you know, getting frustrated and angry and upset because you feel like nobody cares about me and I do so much for people and nobody does enough for me. And, you know, it like it's emotions added with Mars and it doesn't really get much done. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's a little more difficult energy, Mars in Cancer. It's a frustrating energy because Mars wants to push through and just keep marching along like a soldier. And being in Cancer is like in water, and it's like, ugh, you know, it's kind of drudgery for Mars. It really is. And personally, I am done with hearing about how much that, what about me? It isn't fair. Everybody takes from me and I give so much. I'm really done with that. So I'm ready for some Leo boldness and like, hey, let's have fun. Leo energy is about partying and celebrating and like having a lot of fun. You know, childlike fun is Leo energy. So, yeah, and Mars, just generally speaking, all my personal thoughts about it aside, generally speaking, astrologically speaking, yes, Mars is more at home in the sign of Leo. It shines in Leo. It does a lot better in the sign of Leo. So Mars goes into Leo on the 21st. It is more about taking action. Yes, so excited for that. And once again, you know, try not to overdo it, people, with Mars, Mercury conjunct the North Node, and then the Sun square Uranus all on the 21st. It could be an exciting, explosive day. Some people may be stomping their feet, you know, stomping their high heel, put their hand on their hips and say, I'm not going to take this anymore. Or, look, it's time for me to get out there and everybody to see me. I can really see that day being like that. So now with all of the signs, how's it going to affect everybody with Mars going into Leo? Let's take a look. See here. Camila says she's tired of the whining. Look, I love Cancers. I have many close to me. Family. I'm married to one. Best friend. One of my best friends, a Cancer. But I'm done with it too, guys. So Mars and Leo. Oh, first of all, hold on. The cards. Let me get into the cards for all of us, and then I'll get into the signs. Sorry. Didn't mean to play with you guys' emotions like that. Mars is still in Cancer, so don't play with emotions. I gotcha. Okay, so now this is the card that I was talking about for Mars and Leo. This is the goddess Freya. I want to say it's pronounced Freya, okay? Look, she is so Leo. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Look at what she's wearing, and then she has a cat. How Leo is that? Hopefully, wait, can you guys see that? Okay, yeah. How Leo is that? She's got a cat next to her. She is fierce, and it says bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. So Mars and Leo is about that, taking risks and being daring with the actions that you take. So if you need that energy in your life, you need more of that, then this is going to be wonderful energy for you to be more bold. I would say this card will represent the 21st of July in general, in total, okay? It's one of the cards that represent that. This is the other one representing the transits. Independent, Bast. I think this goddess's name is pronounced Bast. Independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and your success. So this Leo energy is wonderful for success, okay? If you really need to push yourself into, once again, being seen, being heard, being noticed, being recognized in order to be successful, yes. It doesn't matter if you're a Leo or not. This can really be energy that you can tap into. It doesn't matter. Of course, I'm going to go through the signs of where the Leo stuff is in your chart. But yes, everybody, if you really need to be more bold, these transits, especially the ones on the 21st, are going to help you with that. And then the last one is Sekhmet, this Egyptian goddess. And she's got lions next to her too. She's wearing purple, which is one of the colors associated with Leo traditionally, which is all about royalty. And she's got gold around her, and it says, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are. Your strength assures a happy outcome. Of course, Don't be too extra. Don't do the most. Okay. All these little new age terms I'm trying to use to be cool. But definitely, if you need to be more strong and more bold, Mars in Leo is going to help you with that. The 21st is your day, honey. Okay. So now let's get into all the signs. I'll stop playing with you guys' emotions. Don't get all Mars and Cancer on me. So Aries, Mars in Leo is in your 5th house. Okay. Oh, Tira, I'm going to get at you today via email. Thank you so much for being here and for being patient. I'm going to email you today, Tira. I got some stuff for you. So Aries, this is in your 5th house, Mars and Leo on the 21st of July. And this is the house of Leo. It's double Leo energy for you. It's all about fun. It's all about being bold and all that Leo stuff. It really, this is like Aries, it's going to be easy for you to tap into it. So, yeah, so it's really time to have fun. Get out there and have fun. Aries is usually about that anyway. Aries is the baby of the zodiac, and they like to just be like, la, 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 skip along, happy-go-lucky, have fun. So really fun times for Aries. And of course, if you need to take action in life, if you need to be more bold, exciting, and stand your ground. I mean, Aries, naturally, Aries energy has that anyway, but with Mars being in Leo, it's such a boost to your energy levels in general, because any planet that's in a sign that is in the same element as your sign, like, okay, like if Aries, you guys are a fire sign, and if a sign, okay, hold on, woo, slow down. Aries, you're a fire sign. So if a planet ingresses into a fellow fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, as an example, it really boosts your levels of whatever the planet represents. So with Mars, this is your action, your energy drive. Yes, it's going to be so much better for you than Mars in Cancer, because Aries, you're a fire sign. You need fire energy. This is your ruling planet. So you're going to feel more at home when it comes to doing Aries stuff. Be physically active, even more physically active. Be more childlike, but don't take it to the, the degree of throwing tantrums and all that stuff, Aries, because, this is the energy, child energy, okay? But also Aries, if you have children, when Mars is in your 5th house, this is one of those transits where your kids can get a little out of control and unruly. I see it all the time, where you may have to kind of put some more discipline down, because they'll try to challenge your authority, because the 5th house rules your children, right? The Mars is like challenging. It's wanting a challenge. It's action. It's kind of acting out, So your children can be acting out during this time with this transit. So just be mindful of that and do what you got to do, Aries. But yeah, it is really a time for a lot of fun. The 5th house is also romance, like romantic dating relationships that are casual. Like you just meet somebody and you just start dating them and you just start having the little honeymoon phase, that's the 5th house. So I would be mindful of maybe lovers' quarrels being possible, even if you're casually dating someone, but more action within that relationship. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can wink very well, but you get what I'm saying, Aries. You can have more of that with Mars and Leo, which is awesome. So Mars and Leo for Taurus. And once again, guys, these are sun, moon, and ascendant signs. All 3 of them apply to all of the signs I'm naming for the transit, okay? So Mars and Leo starting on the 21st. For Taurus, this is in our 4th house. Oh my gosh, this is not really that much fun, Taurus, to be honest, but I'll give you the good and the bad, okay? So here's the good part about it. Mars is action. Mars is knocking things down, is physically doing things. And with this being the house of the home, the actual house of home, okay, where you live, this is a good time to renovate stuff, or some Tauruses may be moving. Actually, I have some in-laws that are both Taurus, like a couple, married couple that are both Taurus, and they are finishing up moving and actually physically moving furniture and things around their house, renovating around their house. So, some Tauruses could be moving during this time, or if you live in a house already that you're established in, Taurus, it could be that you are actually like knocking down walls and building things, in order to make your house more comfortable, make your home more the way that you want it, okay? So also, this could just be getting things done around the house, just getting things done, fixing things, and things like that. But also this rules family. So with Mars representing quarrels and fights and war and everything, be careful, Taurus, with, and I'm a Taurus too, so I'm keeping my own words in mind. Be careful with possible fights with family. Or I always find that when Mars is in someone's fourth house, Mars, it's the arrow, right? The circle with the arrow. So they can find that Mars arrow to point, find somebody in their family to point that Mars arrow at, and have like conflict with them, like, oh, so and so gets on my nerves so bad, and you know you're picking fights with them a lot more. They're your target, because Mars is all about find enemy, target, you know, go after enemy. So try not to be like that with family, or a family member may be like that towards you, Taurus, but just really try to keep it under control. Try to keep chill, and keep this transit in mind. And you know, astrology teaches us that this too shall pass, right? It's only a short period of time. It's not forever. And Tauruses, we tend to think that when things are going on, it's permanent, it's forever, it's supposed to stay and stick. But with planetary transits, they show us change, which Taurus doesn't always have the best time with understanding, but this too shall pass. If there's family conflict, just really try to keep chill, calm. Taurus is usually pretty good at that, unless they have some other energy going on in their chart, but just Taurus, very good at keeping calm. So really try to use your Taurus powers to say, you know what, I'm going to chill. I'm not going to participate in any family drama, family fights, because this is Leo, and let's face it, Leo is about drama on the negative side. So really try to keep that under control, Taurus. Put that energy towards fixing things around your house if somebody annoys you or irritates you or wants to fight with you. So next up is Gemini. Where's Mars and Leo for you guys? Well, this is in your third house. This is the Gemini house. Gemini is the third sign on the wheel. So third house is Gemini-esque energy. So you guys are going to be, you guys are going to feel like more in your element too, Gemini, because Mars is your action and your energy levels. And with it being in the third house, which is Gemini stuff, which is the mind, it's mercurial, you're going to be like reaching for your coffee a lot more, like wanting to be like, blah, 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 like really on high with your Gemini-ness, like Tasmanian devil. This is a Tasmanian devil transit for you guys, Gemini. So just keep that in mind. Like busy, busy, busy. Yes, Sarah, thank you. Sarah is my girl today. We are like this, like on the same level mentally. But you know, the moon's in Pisces, so I'm a little bit foggy with getting the words out, and she's getting them out for me. Thank you so much. So busy. This is the house of being busy, being very active, being running a lot of errands, Gemini. You're going to find yourself running lots of errands. Like, I got to go here. I got to go there. I got to do this. I got to go to the post office. I got to go to the bank. I got to blah, 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 blah. And you'll probably be talking like that a lot more too. So try to slow down. Okay. It's going to be hard to keep calm, but hey, you guys will probably get a lot of things done though. You guys will probably accomplish a lot, be able to multitask so much more than usual. So if you have a lot of tasks to complete, Gemini, this is a really good transit for you. But definitely be mindful of possibly like getting into, like starting something and then abandoning it before you move on to the next thing, and then doing that same thing repeatedly and having all these projects and things you started doing. And now you're scatterbrained because you got to go back and then, oh, I got to finish this. Oh, I forgot to finish that. So be careful with that, Gemini, with this Mars and Leo transit. But you know what? It's really good for if you have the ability to multitask and actually complete the tasks, multiple tasks at once. Really good energy for that. But also the third house rules siblings, neighbors, people that you're in small groups with, which could be co-workers too. And Mars rules quarrels and everything once again. So just be mindful of the possibility of being a target within those groups of people, or you finding one of those people to be your target, to be picking at and being angry and like Mars poking at, you know. So be mindful of that. So now on to Cancer. Mars in Gemini is in your second house. So the second house is your resources. It's how you earn your money. It's what you do with your money, what you do with your resources. And resources are not just money, but also anything in your physical world that you use, you know, like your bills that you pay for, electricity, water, gas, cable, internet, all that stuff, resources. And food is a resource too. But yes, so Cancer, you guys are going to be going after that money. I mean, Leo energy, Leo season is like going after the money season for Cancer. So yeah, I really hope. So this is one of those transits to where I see people working overtime because Mars is what you're applying your action towards. And you're going to be applying it towards making money, which could mean overtime. It could be, you know what, I'm going to pick up a second job, or I'm going to do like something that I have a creative hobby or something in, and that I have a talent in that I can make money from. And I'm going to do that even more now, or on the side from working a regular job. It's just all about getting that money, getting those resources. Cancer is really good with that because Cancer is a sign that's all about security. And what brings a lot of us security are resources, having enough. And Cancer is so concerned with that. So you guys are going to be gathering those resources in, man. And that's really awesome. Best of luck to you guys with that, with getting that money. But also on the negative side, Mars in the second house can have you burn through things. Mars is a very hot, fiery energy. So you can burn through your resources more easily and just feel like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to turn the AC down to 65 because I can, la, 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 and like run up your bill even higher than usual. Excuse me. Or go shopping and overdo it with it, especially with the Venus and Jupiter trine next week. You know, some of you Cancers can maybe overdo it with, hold on. Yeah, some of you Cancers can be the ones to overdo it with shopping, with not paying attention to your bank account and going over limits, I'm saying, you know, so be mindful of that, Cancer. But of course, if you have the means to shop, do it, have fun, you know. But yes, it's all about getting that money for Cancer, which is cool. So now on to Leo. Oh my goodness, Leo, hold on. I have some stuff to tell you about this transit through your sign. Hold on. All right, Leo. So, sorry. Yes, overdrafts. Ooh, no overdrafts, Cancers. You guys will be prone to that right now. But Leo, moving on to you guys. Excuse me, sorry. So Leo, all of these cards that I pulled, and look, they are your color, Leo, which is the color of the sun. So they are so appropriate for Leo energy right now. All this stuff, passion, being bold, active, going after your heart's desires, being strong. All this stuff is all you guys. So yes, very exciting time for Leo. Mars in your sign is going to intensify this energy for you and have so much more energy towards anything that you want to accomplish in life, because your sign, well, especially if it's the rising sign, Leo, because the rising sign is the life path. The ascendant is the life path. The sun also is you. I mean, you rule the sun, and if you're a sun in Leo, then hey, you know, a moon in Leo even, to a lesser degree, but still the moon in Leo matters for all of this stuff too, if you're a Leo moon. But anything you want to go after in life, it's yours. It is yours. You're going to be so much more confident with going after things when Mars enters Leo. So it's a good time to take physical action. I mean the good way, not fighting with people and being dramatic and extra. I mean like actually exercising, doing physical exercise. This is one of those transits because you know Mars is the god of war, right? And if you look at the statues for Mars, for the god of war, he's very cut, these abs that are just like, you know, sharp, like you can wash some things on them. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's the statue for the god of war. So when you have that a planet in your sign, in your first house, that's how you want your physique to look, whether it's Venus, Mars, Jupiter. Usually people don't want their physique to look like Jupiter, you know, but that ends up happening if you're not mindful of it. But Mars being in your sign is a really good time if you want to get into shape, Leo, for the sake of vanity, for the sake of your appearance, for the sake of your body just feeling good and looking good at the same time. So work it out, Leo. Work it out. That's the best way to use this energy. You're going to be so physically active. There's still going to be a little bit of energy trailing behind in Cancer, just a little bit. Yeah, for maybe like another day or so. But overall, this Mars transit into your sign, we've got Mercury already there. We've got Mars entering Leo on the 21st. The sun will enter there the next day, I believe. But that's, you know, for next week, I'll talk about that. But all this Leo energy. So yeah, being very physically active. You may have your energy levels the first day. No, I'm not going to say that because energy in Leo. Yeah. Sorry. Pisces moon moment. Woo, space cadet. But anyhow, yes, Leo, work it out, get physically active, into shape, do a lot of physical activities, have a lot of fun. It's go after your goals, go after your passions, your desires in life. And pretty sure you'll have the confidence, even more confidence than usual, to get what you want. But now, negatives of Mars in Leo. Okay, for Leo people, Mars is aggression and action and being impatient. So you guys are going to be more impatient than usual and be like, oh my God, these slow people need to get out of my way. I am Leo and I have somewhere to go. Like, how dare you be slow in front of me? So some of you guys may feel like that. So of course, keep that to a decent level to where you're not, you know, disrespectful or degrading anybody. And also try not to, you know, pick fights or be too extra dramatic with your actions that you're taking to where it causes conflict, you know, because I know a lot of you guys like drama, but a lot of you guys, you don't want your hair or your makeup or your nice clothes to be messed up. So don't get into fights, which this energy can cause if you're not careful. And also because you're wearing Mars on you, you know, people may view you in a more Mars light, okay? Which means you could just be happy Leo, la la la, hey everybody. But people may sense this Mars energy radiating off of you and may actually pick fights with you, okay? So just try to remain cool and calm, Leo. And just remember that if Mars is in your sign and you're, you know, it's really not a good thing. It's not a good way to use your energy. You're going to like scare people away from you and all that stuff. But yes, try not to be too like attracting conflict to yourself, okay, from other people, and impatient and pushy and all that stuff, and too loud and aggressive. Oh my gosh, anybody when Mars is in their sign can be too loud and aggressive. But Leo, you guys are already loud, so you're gonna be like, ah! You know. But to party on, especially because your birthday season is coming up very soon. Yes, Mars and Leo, really good. Leo season is gonna begin with when the sun is in Leo, and we'll talk about this next week more. Sun in Leo, Mercury in Leo, Mars in Leo. Oh my gosh, it's really going to be Leo season. You guys usually like to celebrate the whole month as your birthday month. So yes, be humble, Leo. Try to be humble, like Ash is saying. Okay, now somebody is asking what colors are good for the week. These colors. Hello, thank you, Jen, for being here. Hello, Jen. Gold and purple, and also oranges. Like what's in this card, like orange colors, gold, purple, in order to really tap into the Leo energy experience is really good for this coming week. Okay, so yes, it's a party, hey, celebration. So anyhow, Virgo, now into Virgos. So Virgo, Mars and Leo is going to be in your 12th house. So this is not the most fun Mars transit. And I know Virgos, oh my God, why? Why us? Why are we always suffering? No, it's not that bad, Virgo. It really isn't. It's not the most fun, but you can still make fun with it, okay? I'll explain in a sec. Hold on. So Virgo, Mars and Leo in the 12th house for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is going to be a time where actually your energy levels may fluctuate up and down, because Mars and Leo, it wants to like be really active, but the 12th house tells you to chill, right? It tells you, no, take time out, relax, you know, be alone in solitude and stuff like that. So a good thing to do with Mars and Leo in the 12th house energy is also similar to Pisces, and Pisces can be very creative. Leo energy is also very creative. It's very good for, so a Mars in the 12th transit could be very good for action combined with creativity. Like dancing, for example. If any of you Virgos are dancers, I know a lot of awesome dancers who are Virgos. And normally, like when we go just in the general order of the zodiac wheel, Virgo is not normally associated with dancing. But let me tell you, Virgo, right here on my shirt, Michael Jackson, right? And he also had Pisces energy and Leo energy combined. But Virgo energy is about perfection. That's why he was so good with his dance moves, because he was like very, okay, no, it has to be perfect in the way I move. It's very calculated. It's not sloppy and wavy. No, it's calculated. Bam, 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 hitting those moves. So if any of you Virgos are into dance, Mars in the 12th is wonderful time for you to really get into dance, especially if you have to practice for something, like go to a studio and kind of be alone to get in your zone and just come up with some creative moves by yourself, just you and the music. It's a really good time for that. Also, if you want to do some sort of active stuff, but alone, that's not dancing, if you're not a dancing Virgo, but you want to do some like martial arts, some kind of more chill, active stuff like martial arts or yoga or anything like that, to where it's still movement, but it's more chill. You know, this is a really good time for that too, Virgo. Tap into that 12th, the powers and the magic of the 12th house. So awesome. Also, Mars in the 12th could be reckless spending as well. And Virgos are usually very good with detailed budgeting and all that stuff and numbers and everything being calculated. But Mars in the 12th can kind of have you losing your direction. You know, it's like the arrow that Mars has. It's usually very sharp and knows where it wants to go. It's like, woo, it's kind of like getting, like, imagine it's underwater, right? The waves of the ocean, which is the 12th house. So instead of it going straight ahead, it's like, woo, where am I going? What am I doing? So your energy levels can be like that too. Can be very up and down, you know, so she'll just make sure you get a lot of rest, Virgo. But yeah, but still, it could be, you could do a lot of more chill action and more creative action too when Mars is in your 12th house. But yeah, make sure you get some rest. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Your dreams may be a little bit aggressive too, because the 12th house rules dreams. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, and also Mars in the 12th is one of those transits. You know, I keep it real and 100 around here. Okay, around coffee talk, guys. Where some people can want to do things under the radar and in secret that are deceptive. So Virgos, I see you. Don't do it, okay? Don't. If you have a significant other and they know your chart, they're going to know, okay? So just don't. Doesn't apply to everybody. I'm not saying, oh, Virgos are cheaters. Ah! No, I'm saying it's one of those creeping transits some people can let themselves get caught up in, because the 12th house is dissolvement of boundaries, okay? And your actions, and also Mars does rule sexuality, you know? So, hey, Virgos, don't do it. All right. Yes, Marina, on your second cup of coffee, girl. Thank you so much for enjoying some coffee during coffee talk. I have tea here, turmeric tea, lovely stuff. All right, so moving on to Libra. Mars in Leo is in your 11th house. So 11th house is friends and groups of like-minded people. It's an air sign energy, which Libra is an air sign, and it's very social energy, which Libra is usually, the energy of Libra itself is very social. So this is actually a good time to be socially active. Hello, because Mars is action. So being socially active, really good time for that for Libras. So participating in active events with social groups is the best way to use this energy. Like getting together with friends and doing stuff like working out, hiking, bike riding, anything physically active with friends, you know, as a group is awesome. Also, the 11th house is causes, like humanitarian causes that you're concerned with. So yeah, Libra, you could be really fighting for the underdog, because Mars is fighting, you know, and 11th house is the underdog, like caring about people who are like standing up for everybody, like everybody having equal rights is the 11th house. Okay, so yeah, you guys could be really fighting for stuff like that for people right now. If that's something that you are involved in, a cause you're involved in, Libra, then you're going to be really active in that area, being socially active. And but also this energy does have a downside for you guys too, Libra, which is quarrels and fights with friends. I have seen it a lot of times when Mars transits someone's 11th house, fights with friends. And Libras really love to keep the peace with people. So when you have Mars in a social house, that deals with others right now, Libra, it may be a little bit difficult for you guys to keep your, hey, I'm Libra, I get along with everyone, I have no enemies. It may be a little more difficult for you to maintain that composure, Libra. But if there's a friendship that maybe is no longer beneficial for you, maybe you had a friend, you know, because Libra can be all about having acquaintances, like not necessarily like strong, solid friendships. It's more like you like to know a lot of people and be on a friendly level with a lot of people. So if you have an acquaintance that's like really been getting on your nerves or doing things that's not, that isn't right, or you don't agree with, you're probably going to point your Mars arrow at them and be like, hey, that isn't nice. You should stop that. Or don't talk about people like that. Don't do that to me. And yeah, you're going to be pointing at them, like probably still kind of keeping a smile on your face like Libras usually do, all pleasant and everything, but it's going to be very hard to keep pleasant with people. Okay, Libra, especially if they are making fun of other people, talking down about people, gossiping about people, you are not going to want to stand for listening to that and hearing someone treat others badly with the Mars in the 11th house. So get out and do active, fun things with your friends, Libra. That is the positive of it. And Libras love the positive, right? So for Scorpio, Mars in Leo, entering there on the 21st for Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising sign. This is going into our 10th house of career and authority figures and bosses and authority parental figures too. So Scorpio, what's the scoop for us with Mars and Leo? So Scorpio, this is all about career and your public image. So it is a really good time to go after your career goals. Awesome time for that. If there's anything you want to achieve, you're going to have the courage, which is Leo and Mars together, to really go after it, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome. So yes, get those career goals, Scorpio. Get them, you know, and then Mercury conjunct the North Node in Leo in your 10th house. So you may see some Scorpios like really taking a stand next week, guys. Some of them will be like more on a public platform and say, you know what, I have to speak about this, or especially when it comes to defending themselves and their public image, which is the 10th house. You may see a lot of Scorpios come out of the woodworks a lot more with that. Scorpio in general does not really care about the spotlight. They like to remain hidden and behind the scenes and in the shadows and everything. But their public image is Leo. So Scorpios are being called big time to come out of the shadows and like out of hiding and say, all right, guys, yeah, this is me. I'm here and stuff, you know, whatever. It's my time to shine, I guess. It's a little uncomfortable for me, but hey, these Leo transits are telling you, get comfortable, Scorpio. So a lot of Scorpios, it's your time to shine, big time. With Mars up here in the 10th house, though, I would say to be careful of getting into any type of public conflicts or fights, because they may not work out in your favor, because Mars is like very pointy energy and people may see you in an overly aggressive way and manner, and it could do some damage to your public image. So just be careful with that. But also to be careful with is conflict with authority during, especially because Scorpio is a sign that is kind of rebellious. It lives on the edge and the dark side. So yeah, it could cause some conflict with authority. Like, no, you're not going to tell me what to do. And the authority figures may be like, what? Excuse me? Like, who do you think you are? And Scorpio is going to be like, who am I? How do you not know who I am with all this Leo energy in my 10th house? Like, I am Scorpio. I'm me. How do you not recognize? You better recognize. Bam! Conflicts with authority popping off. So just be very careful with that, Scorpio. In the weeks coming, okay? This can also mean not just like bosses and in the workplace. I'm talking about authority in general. This can mean also the 10th house is like dealing with government and cops, okay? So try, if any Scorpios, if you guys get pulled over, you probably want to challenge the authority, you know, that's in front of you, meaning police officers and stuff. So woo, just don't do it, Scorpio. Don't do it. It probably won't turn out very well, okay? It'll turn out not good. Yeah, so somebody's saying humble yourself. Yes, Scorpio, it's our time to shine, but still remain humble though. Still remain humble and grateful. If you're having opportunities to shine and be successful and be in the spotlight and have power, which Scorpios love having power, this Leo energy can give us power. But Leo energy squares Scorpio on the zodiac wheel. So that's why it's a challenge for Leo to like put themselves in Scorpio to put themselves in a Leo-like position. We're being called to do that, but it could still be challenging for us. Either we don't really want the spotlight, or we'll be like, oh, power. Ooh, give it to me. I'm hungry for power. Hey, now I can really start doing some things to knock people down with my Scorpionic energy. You know, don't do that, Scorpio. Don't get in above your heads with Mars being in Leo and all this other stuff being in Leo. But definitely, if you need to have the spotlight on you for good purposes, greater purposes, yes, this is definitely a time to do that. Go after those career goals, Scorpio. Now on to Sagittarius. So Mars and Leo on the 21st of July for Sagittarius. This is in your 9th house. So Sag is going to be in their element. This is a really good time for Sag. Sagittarius love positivity, and let me tell you, there's almost nothing but positivity for you guys with Mars in your sign. I mean, with Mars and Leo in your 9th house. That's what I was saying. It's in your sign. 9th house is Sagittarian energy. Sag on the natural order of the wheel is 9th, okay? So when we have 9th house activity popping off, it's like Sag. So Sag, meet your 9th house Sag energy. With Mars and Leo, extra time to travel. If you have it, take it. Go after that adventurous stuff that I was talking about with the cards. Oh my gosh, this is really like that time for Sagittarius. Like this one, okay, bold, unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. This is Mars and Leo for Sag, especially all day. So yes, it is definitely time to go after some adventures for Sagittarius. Travel, of course, Sagittarius usually love travel. And any type of goals that you want to meet too, any type of goals. It doesn't necessarily have to mean career. It's just having a lot of faith, a lot of optimism, being able to shoot that arrow wherever you want it to go and say, bam, that's what I want. I'm going to go after it, and just go after it boldly, fearlessly, and adventurously. Like, I don't even know if it's going to turn out good, but I'm still going to, see what happens. Let's just see what happens. That's total Sag thing. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's just see and hope for the best. So yeah, because it is a fiery energy, Mars, in a fire sign, Sag, it's just going to boost your energy levels in general. So getting out there and going hiking, doing physical activities, Sagittarius will have so much more energy to do that. You'll probably have a big Sagittarian Jupiter smile on your face, even more. As far as conflicts and stuff that Mars can cause with being in the 9th house, of course, I would say conflicts with foreigners, or if you're in a college environment, maybe getting into conflicts with people there could be a possibility if you allow yourself to go too far with things, Sagittarius. But it's pretty happy-go-lucky, but also overdoing it. Sag are the kings and queens of overdoing it, okay? And with Mars being action, and it's in your 9th house of being extravagant and just, exuberant and all that stuff, you guys can have the tendency to overdo things and to be overly optimistic with your actions, which means being too reckless, too careless, So if you guys are traveling and if you're getting out and doing physical activities and stuff, hey, it's recommended with this transit, but try not to be too fearless to where you cause, yourself some pain or others pain because you're just reckless, So just be careful, Sag, but definitely have a wonderful time with Mars in your sign, in your element. So Capricorn, Mars in Leo on the 21st of July is in your 8th house. Ooh, Capricorn. This might be an energy that you guys like, actually. Because the 8th house, it's money, okay? And Capricorns love money. It's about money in a sense, too. It's more like passive income that you receive other than from working. So that could be, your partner's income, which there is a downside to this Mars transit there. I'll talk about it in a second. But it could be passive income, which means money from other resources, money from other than like physically working in order to generate the money. You just kind of, like, I always like to give this example of the eighth house, creating something, creating a product, right? Or a service or something that's already done and completed, and like a book or something physical, you put it out there, bam, it sells. You don't have to do any work, it's done, and it just continues to sell. Or I also like to give this example because we are in a new age now, new ways of making money and passive income. People who do those affiliate links, if you don't know what that is, look it up. It could be a good way to make a little bit of money here and there by barely doing anything, right? Because the eighth house is getting money by barely doing anything, to be quite honest. So making passive income, like doing affiliate links, like Amazon offers doing those. Look on any major website that sells products, and at the bottom it'll say like affiliates or something like that. You can do that and you can generate money that way. That's passive income. You don't even really have to do work except, oh, let me post a link, bam, people click on it so many times, you get some cash. You know, very easy money is the eighth house. But the eighth house is also your partner's money, the money you share with your partner to pay bills together and all of that stuff, and insurance and everything. So try to be mindful of getting into conflicts, Capricorn, with your partner when it comes to money. This is one of those transits where that can come about even more. That reminds me, yeah, there's a couple Capricorns I know, like a sister and then someone who is like a sister to me that's Capricorn. I'm like, ooh. I need to call them up and say, do you know that Mars is in your eighth house? I know you're a Capricorn and you don't follow astrology because you think it's BS, but let me tell you, don't get into fights with your husband, okay? This is a time period where that can happen. And then they'll probably tell me, that happens all the time anyway. Typical Capricorn stuff, right? And I'll say, look, just listen to me, okay? It could be a little bit more of a higher chance of that happening, Cap. So try to keep it at a minimum of fighting over money. Just really try not to. But yes, going after that passive income, good for that. And also the eighth house is intimacy, deep intimacy with another person, you know, so that can mean a few different things. You know what I'm saying? There's children around, so you know what I'm saying. But Mars there is action towards that, very passionate action. So some Caps are going to get a little lucky this month if that's what you're looking for. So now moving on to Aquarius. Mars in Leo for Aquarius, entering there on July 21st. Is in your seventh house of relationships. Wow. So this could mean a few things for Aquarius people. Number one, wherever Mars is transiting is what you're going after. So you could be really going after those relationships, that love. You guys could really be doing that. Also for Aquarius, you guys can really be, well, yeah, you can be very passionate within relationships too. If you already have a relationship, this is a really passionate energy. Leo in itself is passionate. Mars is passionate, so it's passionate action happening. Ooh, so Aquarius might get a little lucky too. But I would say be mindful because this can also cause quarrels within relationships with others too. This can mean in your established relationships, people that you're dating and everything, but also just others in general. I have seen time and time again when Mars is transiting someone's seventh house or their opposite sign or whatever, they just start picking fights with people, even on social media, and it can become public, it can become ugly because that Mars arrow wants to point itself at a target and just, you know, and go after them and everything. So just be very careful that, you know, to not be picking fights with people just because you're just angry and you're impatient. You could be very impatient with people though, even if you don't pick fights, Aquarius, because Aquarius, in general, Aquarius energy, very cool, very calm. It doesn't like messy emotions and actions. It thinks rationally first. It rises above situations like that and then looks down and says, how can I take action before I do take action, you know? But this transit of Mars in your opposite sign can make it a little more difficult for you, Aquarius, to maintain that, okay? So be mindful of the possibility of quarrels and conflicts with others. It doesn't matter if you're romantically linked to them or not, just other people. But yeah, dating life could be having a lot of action in it for Aquarius people. So I see you guys. I'm rooting for you if that's what you want. Okay, so now last but not least on to Pisces. So Pisces, Mars and Leo, ingressing into Leo on the 21st of July. For Pisces people, this is your sixth house of work and health. Okay, so let's go through the good and bad. The good of this, Pisces, is this is another overtime transit. Another transit where I see people working a lot of overtime. They're just work in the workplace. The sixth house is your work duties. So you may have a lot of them, more of them piled upon you by your work, okay, by your company, your clients, whatever. But also you yourself can just be volunteering to work a lot more too, Pisces. So, you know, go get it. Go get that money. But also in the work environment, this can cause some quarrels and conflict within the work environment. I am so sorry to report that, Pisces, but it's absolutely the truth. I always see that. And I've experienced it myself. It's like Mars in the sixth house. People maybe in the workplace may just find a reason. I would say to do this, Pisces, be on your best behavior at work when Mars is in your sixth house. I cannot stress this enough, because people will find any reason to point a Mars arrow at you and poke at you when it's in your sixth house of work, okay? Please remember my words. But also, yeah, that can mean coworkers, management. It's just a transit of people picking at you, okay? Because the sixth house in general, too, is nitpicking. So people can be nitpicking at you, or you can feel a lot more nitpicky towards other people too, and complaining and like, oh my God, this person annoys me, and you know, but more like expressive of it and irritated and impatient with stuff like that. But like I said, it's a good overtime transit to really get a lot of work done. Or if you are self-employed, a lot more clients may come to you, which can in return give you a lot more money, which is awesome for this transit. But also, Pisces, this is your health. Mars is all it rules inflammatory, like things that flare up. Okay, so if you have any already by nature within your health, Pisces, any inflammatory issues, they may flare up during this time. So make sure you keep that in mind, and whatever you do to keep it under control, do that. Okay, maintain it. Pay attention to your body. Pisces energy in general, we have a hard time with being a human being, with being a physical being, because we're like, woo, our heads are floating off out there in outer space, and in our music and our headphones and in our TV shows and whatever all the time, that a lot of times we like to be in our own world and we don't pay attention to the physical. That can mean our body, and the sixth house rules that. So it could be a conflict there between the spiritual self and the physical self. So you really have to take care of yourself a little bit more extra, Pisces people, to make sure you don't have any like flare-ups of anything that can cause your body pain or stress or distress. You know, Mars in the sixth, I've seen people, especially because the sixth house also rules the lower intestine. The lower intestine? Yeah, the lower intestine, I believe. One of the intestines, okay? So you can have things that you ingest irritate you a lot easier with Mars in the sixth. So just be careful with that too. So take care of your body, Pisces. Avoid conflicts at work with Mars and Leo. So that was it for the astrology portion of Coffee Talk, my weekly astrology. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget, if you would like a personalized reading for me to look at your chart, how the transits are affecting you personally based on your birth date, birth time, if you have it too, give me a holler. My readers page is below in the link on astrologer.com. It's also going to be above in the I button if you're watching the replay of this. And also don't forget to check out my career webinar with Lada. We already did it live the other day. It was awesome, informative, but you can still always watch the replay of that too. So the link for that is below for anybody that's checking out of the astrology portion of this because it's over. And now we're going to do a little bit of coffee talk. So now we're going to talk the celebrity stuff a little bit. So before we get into that, I'm going to take a sip of my tea, and let me know in the chat, guys. Like I said, I really didn't get to dig too much into celebrity stuff. Let me know in the chat if there's anybody that's like headlining right now that maybe I can look up really quickly. I am going to talk about somebody, but hold on. Interesting. Cool. Okay, guys, so let's talk really quick about what's trending right now is Beyonce posted a picture of herself with her twins, and she said they're a month old. And I was like, being as an astrologer, I was wondering, what is their birthday? Their actual, like, their birthday, right? Because if you guys remember a few weeks ago or a month ago, it was already announced that, oh, she gave birth and she was at the hospital, whatever. But nobody knew their exact birthday. I think we were guessing maybe the 12th, we don't know, the 13th, we don't know, right? So, yeah, now she posted that picture the other day, and their birthday was actually, she said, oh, they are a month old today. And that was actually yesterday, which is July 13th. So they were born on June 13th. Okay, so now we know what their birthday is. And I saw it. I looked at their chart really quick, and they are Aquarius moons. I was like, interesting. They're Aquarius moves. Yeah, Aquarius moons. Okay. Okay, I don't know what that was about. Sorry. Yeah, so they're Aquarius moons. I have their chart on my phone, actually, but I can pull it up online too very quickly. If you guys want me to show their chart, let me know, or I can just talk about it because I have their chart on my phone. Let's see. Yes. Do that, Marina. I'm reading your message. Do it. Do it. You should. Anyhow, yeah, they're Aquarius moons, which is interesting, and they're Geminis. And I think we talked about this when I had their suspected chart up before. And I'm like, how are they Geminis if Jay-Z is a Sagittarius? But Jay-Z's assumed rising sign puts his Sagittarius stuff in the 3rd house. Okay, it's like at the bottom of the chart. I think he's a Virgo rising. They have him on Astro Theme as a Virgo rising. So that would put actually that would put stupid hair. That would put his Sagittarius stuff actually in the 4th sign from the ascendant. That would be 4th house. But by the way his chart was set up and divided up, you see, that puts it in the 3rd house. And I'm like, that would make sense for a rapper, because most rappers have, in order to have the gift of gab and be able to freestyle and come up with rhymes and play with words, you have to have a really strong Mercury, number one, and you have to have maybe some Gemini energy, some Virgo energy too. But Gemini is mostly very strong within people in the industry who rap, okay, because you got to have those rhyming skills. So, and 3rd house is the same as Gemini. So yeah, that makes sense for Jay-Z to be a 3rd houser. And also, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys believe that he and Beyonce's putting themselves out there in their music, talking about cheating and all that stuff, like Lemonade? Honestly, I haven't heard anything from Lemonade. I know, guys, I know. But it's on it was on Tidal, and I didn't have Tidal, number one. And number two, I'm very weird and Uranian, and when there's a hype about something, I'm like, I'll check it out when the hype dies down. I don't want to join the crowd and whatever they're doing or talking about. So I haven't checked it out yet. But what I've heard is that she talks about how Jay-Z cheated on her. Like, that's what the whole album is about or something. And his album, which once again, I know, shame on me, I haven't heard it. But once again, it's on Tidal only. So I haven't heard it. But he supposedly addresses his infidelity and says, yeah, I cheated, and, you know, how can I do that when I have a wife and a goddess and a child or whatever? So my question to you guys is, do you guys believe that it's all hype? And yeah, somebody is saying it's marketing. That was my question. Do you think it's all marketing to get people interested and intrigued and have their attention held onto? Or do you guys think that it's real? Like, he really cheated. She really put all their business out there in her music. He's really putting his business out there in his music. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. So I tend to think, because I'm a skeptical Scorpio rising, that it just could be marketing. Because a lot of celebrities are very private with their lives. Beyonce's a Scorpio moon. Scorpio energy is usually very private. But then again, she has Mars and Leo. I believe she has it in her 10th house. If Astro Theme is right. So, you know, maybe she doesn't mind, but usually, I think it's marketing though. I don't know. I think it is like, because women really love, especially since we're talking about Leo season here. Leo can be about drama. She has Mars and Leo. Women can be all about that drama. Like, ooh, did you hear about this? Ooh, did you hear about that couple cheating and all this stuff? You know, and women eat that stuff up, especially when it comes to music. Songs about he did me wrong. Women tend to love it. So it could be a way to really, you know, market her music. And then men don't really, but you know what? The thing that gets me thinking maybe it could be not marketing or whatever, is men don't usually go on there and talk about I cheated. Well, I hear artists who sing talk about that, but rappers usually don't go on record saying, yeah, I cheated, I did wrong. Like, once again, I have not heard the songs, but this is just what I've heard from like media outlets and stuff and social media people talking, okay, that he's talking about I did her wrong and all this stuff. Usually don't hear rappers talk about that and admitting and confessing and all this stuff, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. That makes me think a little bit. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? But the twins are Geminis with Aquarius moons. So congratulations. Thank you, Beyonce, for letting us know their real birth date, if that's their real birthday, because she is a Scorpio moon. So you never know. But they're Gemini suns, Mars in Cancer. They have Mercury in Gemini. So maybe they could be good at rapping too. And you know what? I forgot to bring up Blue Ivy's chart, but she actually raps a little bit on his new album. So I don't know. She probably has some Gemini somewhere too, or third house, or Mercury or something. So let me see what you guys are saying real quick while I pull up the other stuff I was going to talk about. Yeah, it wasn't me. You know, hey, you know where Shaggy got that song from? If you guys don't know the song, forgive me, but there's a song called It Wasn't Me by some artist called named Shaggy. I think it was back in the 90s, and where he talks about cheating. He actually got the idea from Eddie Murphy's stand-up Raw back in the 1980s, where he did a skit where the woman finds her man actually in the act and unclothed, not clothed. And he still says, baby, wait, it wasn't me. And she's like, but I just saw you. It wasn't me. And she said, okay. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? But some women do that. That's where Shaggy got that song from. I heard it from Shaggy himself on an interview. So anyhow, what do you guys think? Entertainment industry is probably just a story. Yeah. He admitted to cheating in an interview. He could just be going along with the theme of Lemonade. I mean, they are a power couple. They're a team, you know. Anyway, so moving along to Kesha. So Kesha, the artist Kesha, she just came out with a couple of songs. I actually listened to them. Kesha, you know, she's an interesting artist, excuse me, with interesting music. You know, Kesha, if you guys don't know who she is, I don't know if she still spells her name with this dollar sign as the S, but she spelled her name with the S as a dollar sign. She had these very like party themed songs about partying and drinking several years ago when she first came out as a 20-something-year-old with like wild blonde hair. Don't Stop. Is that the name of the song where she says, wake up in the morning and I look like P. Diddy or something like that, and I brush my teeth with alcohol? Something like that. I'm old, whatever. But anyway, she talks a lot about alcohol, and she's a Pisces. So it's like, wow, like she is so Pisces. When I heard her music, I was like, she's definitely a Pisces before I looked her up. But also, she's a Sagittarius rising. I'll show her chart. Let me screen share real quick and show you guys. Oh, wait, that's her article about her. Hold on. And actually, Astro Theme, I pulled up the chart on my own, but Astro Theme, they say that they have her birth certificate. So I'm like, okay, I might trust this time then, this birth time that's given. So let me show you guys real quick. Kesha. Okay. Free chart. Yes. We are showing the chart. Okay. So this is Kesha's chart. Can you guys see? Yeah. Okay. So this is Kesha's chart. She's a Sagittarius rising. And let me tell you, besides Pisces, Sagittarius is the other sign that likes to drink and likes to party and be wild and not think about the consequences. And Pisces is just all about getting lost, like getting out of touch with reality, being lost and not caring. And that can mean through substances. Pisces and Neptune rules substances, okay? So, but yeah, Sag is all about don't care. Let's just get out. Let's party. We don't care what happens the next day. If we're hungover, it doesn't matter. Let's just do it, right? So her older songs, talking about brushing my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Oh yeah, okay. So I believe this birth time could be accurate. But hey, so the controversial stuff that she went through was supposedly her producer, I think his name was what was his name? Dr. Luke. Okay, that's what they call him, Dr. Luke. Famous producer. He supposedly drugged her and assaulted her back in the day and when she was younger. And it continued, and he blackmailed her. He tried to extort her, they're saying. So what would make her like susceptible to that, you know? Well, first of all, and this is very general, guys. This is a little generalization of stuff. She has Mars in Scorpio and in the 12th house. So she can attract shady situations from shady men, because Mars for a woman who dates men and is attracted to men, that's what it rules, okay? And it's in the 12th house, which could be hidden. Scorpio hidden. Yeah. And then Saturn is older figures, okay? People that are older from you, elders, people who are in charge. She has Mars conjunct Saturn. And Mars for a woman that attracts men is what you can attract to yourself, not just what you're attracted to. And this is hidden stuff. So yeah, they had this hidden thing going on, which could have been abuse and blackmail. It could have, but yeah, maybe she could have actually had a hidden relationship with this older man for years, and it just, you know, it turned sour or something. We don't know. All we can go by is what these people are saying. So anyway, lawsuit. And then the 12th house can be hidden enemies. So she can be prone to hidden enemies that are men, which is Mars, conjunct Saturn, which is older and in charge and in authority. So can you hand that here, please? Thank you. Ooh. So yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. Kids are home. It's summer break. But anyhow, yeah, so it is possible that she could be telling the truth, but also it could be possible that she actually had a relationship with this guy. We don't know that. And the 12th house also rules drugs and being under the influence. It's the same as Pisces. So with her having Mars in the 12th, and she's got a Pisces, I don't want to say stellium. Well, Lilith, Sun conjunct Lilith, that's a whole other story, okay, for a whole other day. But this, okay, let me just talk about it real quick. So Sun conjunct Lilith, women especially, can be prone to having a bad reputation, looked at as naughty and feared in some sort of way. So that's one thing. But yeah, she has Mercury in Pisces, Sun in Pisces. Where's her Neptune? She has Neptune in Capricorn. Oh, okay, so not too bad of a position. Doesn't have bad aspects to it from any of her Pisces stuff. Okay, so she doesn't have any bad aspects to Neptune, which is good. If she did have like a square to Neptune plus all this Pisces stuff plus Mars in the 12th, oh my gosh, she would be totally jacked up. But she went through a hard time. She's still going through a hard time though, guys. Look, she's really working through her demons and stuff because she's a Sag rising, and Saturn is in her first house, okay? And also, I believe they were not letting her out of her contract. That's something that was going on. Let me see. Hold on. Here's the article real quick. Okay, the ruling is, okay, she's trying to get out of her contract, and they're attempting to amend the lawsuit. I'm refreshing my memory, guys. Remember, the moon's in Pisces, so I can be a little spacey and forgetting stuff. My apologies. Try to prove a breach of contract against Dr. Luke, all this stuff. Okay, so anyway, there's a lawsuit, all right? So anyhow, Saturn is in her first house in Sagittarius right now. It's really difficult. She's going through a difficult time. I think she even, in her song Praying, hold on, I'm done screen sharing. Let me just come back and talk to you guys now, okay? So her new song is called Praying. And in it, she is not just talking about herself praying and you know, spirituality. She's pretty much saying, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you to get better, for you to be a better person. She's talking to somebody who was like an enemy to her, pretty much. It's like trying to forgive someone who did you wrong. Okay. So that's exactly what this song is about. And hold on, let me get back in here to the chat. Okay. Yeah. So that's what the song is about, is her praying for an enemy or somebody that did her wrong to get better. So that's what the song's about. It's very interesting. Go check it out. So that's Kesha. And you know what? Saturn is retrograde right now. So she's really reviewing all this stuff, reviewing her contract and the situation. And Saturn teaches a lot of hard lessons. So she's really being taught a hard lesson. They're giving her a hard time. And Sagittarius, it rules the law in a sense. It does. And Saturn is following the rules and law and everything too. It's authority figures. So an authority figure, which is Saturn, is giving her a hard time, which is her first house. Maybe after Saturn leaves Sagittarius, it won't be as bad for her. Maybe she can see some victories there. But we'll just have to see. Then it'll be in her second house, which means she's going to have to even work harder to make money. So maybe they may do some things with her contract, maybe release her, but it's going to be hard for her to get a deal somewhere else or something like that, you know. So anyway, that's it for the coffee talk today, guys. I wanted to show you something cool. Excuse me. I subscribe to Ipsy, which is a service that gives like makeup and like $10 a month gets you like makeup and stuff. This is not sponsored, by the way. I hope it's okay for me to mention stuff like this. But I love makeup and stuff. I'm very Venusian. And I just got my Ipsy bag in the mail. And check it out. Usually the packaging that they send this makeup in is hot pink, which I ain't mad at. But this month is gold. I'm like, is this not Leo? Is this not Leo season? Wow. It's gold this month. Maybe they have some astrologers working at Ipsy, you know, because this is the color. This is the color of Leo season, all the Leo transits and all these beautiful like goddess cards, you know, all these bold, beautiful goddesses are in this gold color. So this is the color of Leo. So if you guys want to tap into the beautiful energy of Leo this month and use it in a beneficial way, wear gold. Wear gold. Wear purple. You know, be bold. Be fearless. Be fierce. All right, guys. So that was it. Thank you guys so much for joining me this week for Coffee Talk. Don't forget, I give readings personal to you. If you want to chat with me on Skype, we can do that, or I can just give you a recorded reading. Also, I have a career webinar, once again, that you can catch the replay of. It's very helpful and informative, I hope. And all the links for that are below and in the I button in the corner. So, excuse me. Thank you, guys. Everybody who joins me every week, thank you. Tara, I'm going to email you in a little bit, girl. I'll see you guys next week on Friday. Have a fabulous, awesome, fierce week, and good luck with everything. If you guys have any goals to go after or anything that you have to use your Leo energy towards, to be strong, but just don't be too egotistical and, you know, be humble, remain humble. All right. Peace out, guys.